Alright, how y'all doing? Hopefully things are good. Well, it's Wednesday. I'm doing gardening chores today. So this is one of the wasabi in the garden wall that didn't do well. Actually, none of them did well. These roots. Same thing with the, what's it called? Ginseng? Yeah. They didn't do well either. So, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna stick this in here and say bye con Dios. Good luck. All right. So, but things that are going well, like little eggplants in here, seem to be pretty happy. They're gonna be popping off some flowers. Now they had popped off flowers in the past and produced nothing. But they're definitely a lot happier in here. That most bugs have been leaving them alone. So there's a lot of new leaves, a lot of new growth, and they're pretty happy in here. Most everything is happy in here. The shade cloth that I have, there's a Malabar spinach. Check out that beauty. I love this thing. So I'm gonna grow this in the wall inside too. Look at all those. Those are all seeds, and you can take that juice, use that as a natural food dye. It comes out nice purple. My wife uses that a lot. So let's put shade cloth back over because we'll be flower. Looks like there's some fruit. These are some Korean seeds I got. All right. So these are filling up my oil pots. So you see those little pots right down here? These, well, normally, you see, this is filling up. Doesn't need dirt in it though. There we go. But that automatically fills them up. And there's another one over there as well. And then this one actually feeds this tree too. So this one feeds this tree, and then this one feeds that tree. The persimmons have left the building. So we nicked them all and brought them inside. About overall like 100 persimmons on 2 trees. It's not a bad haul. Actually the best we've ever had. So pretty awesome. So check out this little guy. This is our asparagus that just ferns out. I've never actually taken anything from this asparagus. It ferns out so quickly. I never can get to it while it pops out. I never pay attention to it, so. Whew. So I'd say weather-wise, it's nice. It's not hot. About 80, 90 degrees. So for us, that is doggone awesome. So what do we got to do? So I'm gonna have to water all these. So that one, there's another one. I have to actually hit these twice. And what I kind of figured out why some things are not growing well in here is that I kind of overdid it on the oil pots and I put too many and they weren't filling up. And so what I need to do is fill it up once and come back and fill it up again. So I have to hit this one twice. And check out our bees. The bees are just going to work on this thing like crazy. They really love the basil. And of course, I come over here and they take off. There's one. So, some peppers. I got some habaneros. This little guy needs more water. It's kind of water starved, but whatever. Because this area gets hit with sunshine pretty heavy, and so it takes a beating. It gets full sun. That's kind of like where nothing really grows here. I had something here, tried it like a couple times, but there's just, the sun is too strong, too heavy, because it goes up here and across, and so it gets mostly full sun. Keep them happy. And same thing with these. So these are also persimmons. One-handed. So these are different varieties though. So this is the Fuyu variety. This is the kind of the squat, crunchy kind. Same thing with this one over here. And this, of course, is just rosemary. This one worked out okay. The one over here had to get moved. Now, the funny thing with rosemary is even if they're dead, you put them in a decent area that they might be better off, they'll come back next year. So even on the outside, they look like they're finished. I'll show you later where one's kind of out for the count this time, but they'll do a little phoenix action and come back next year. And this is just a little cute Japanese maple. I don't think it really gets very big, but hey, look, another airplane. They're all over the place. So this is oh God, what's the name of this tree? You have it when you're tired and you're exhausted and you can't think of what you planted, even though you said it like about 1,000 times. So that's where I am today. This one is another persimmon. This is a quote-unquote native persimmon, native to somewhere, but probably not here because it looks like crap. Wife's like, oh, it's just fall. Like, no, it looks like crap. So we'll see how it does. Maybe come back next year and do work on the roselle. I'm like, oh, that's such a brilliant idea, because these grow really well here. Look at that butterfly. That is gorgeous. So yeah, these do really well in Texas. But the caveat is you need to have a decent water supply for them to flourish. And so these, you can't see them in here, but these also have Oya pots in here. And so it has those pots in there that have the water, so they have a constant supply of water kind of deep down in there. And if they have that, they just blow up pretty much from the summer on all the way through the end of the year. So once it hits 40 degrees, they're toast, but it won't hit 40 degrees here for probably, I'm hoping maybe end of the year, maybe January. Hoping never, but you know, well, whatever. So anyway, so here's the plan. So I have a lot of space here, a lot of space over here, a lot of space there, and then there's a space over there, but we have to get that fenced. But we can I'm gonna make some garden beds all along here and load these up with roselle. And I can pretty much load up like each Oya pot. I can probably put about 4, because you see that they all kind of they're kind of big and wide, and they grow pretty well together if you kind of space them out, like one on each corner. Now granted, I did the same thing here. I planted a whole ton of this all over, but we had some weird weather this year, and it was kind of cold and wet for a while. So I think that's probably why I didn't get that much on the roselle. And also some of these, they're not getting as much sun as this. This is like prime roselle territory. That over there is kind of fighting with the sweet potatoes. But what I'm going to have is just straight roselle. That's it. Maybe we'll put some cucumbers on the side, the climacteris or something like that. Maybe over here have like a neat little tunnel that can go through. I think that would be neat. Maybe move this fella somewhere. But this is going to be a pepper party if there ever was a pepper party. Look at this crazy stuff. So this is Tabasco. So if you've ever had Tabasco peppers, or that sauce that goes like good with anything, this is what they come from. And there's 2 of them here, and they started out really tiny, and I didn't think they were going to make it, but man, they have produced like crazy this year. So typically peppers over here, South Texas, Central Texas, they will start producing like crazy during the fall. They usually will grow. Sometimes they'll grow like 7-9 feet tall. I've had one cayenne that grew about 9 feet in length, produced a pile of peppers, and they tend to like do that right before the winter hits. So that's a good time for growing this stuff. So anyway, this one didn't disappoint, and this boy's been producing all year long. The other pepper plant is just kind of a wackadoodle kind of plant. Are these tepins. Looks like these are ready. Sounded like something was in the in here. Might be a lizard. They don't like the water at all. You want to find a lizard, go squirt water on stuff, and they'll go running. But hey, check out our bee. So these Thai basil have been like kicking it all year. And you know that these Thai basil, this came from just like a stick. Came from some beef noodle soup, stuck it in the ground, and it took off. So got free basil, man. Okay. Can you just chill for a second and just be good? Bad kid. Anyway. So yeah, like we got something growing here. Like some kind of tiny melon. Looks like it's producing another one. I don't know if there's anything over there. It's like perfect snake field to me, so I'm gonna skip that. But yeah, it looks like things are going pretty good over here. It looks like there's another one. I think those are melons. I think I had a whole bunch of melon seeds and put them down. And that's what we got. It looks like these are making squash. There we go. And I had that mammoth squash thing. Yeah, look at that. It's a big one too. It's like this one didn't, kind of petered out. Didn't make anything. Bum. But maybe that'll do something by the end of the year. It's nice, huh? Get something out of this garden other than dirt. So I've managed to keep these alive this year. This is lavender. Love lavender. Used to live in Washington State and fell in love with the lavender over there. Looks like that was a pulled up. Look at this. This is from a stupid raccoon. Man, when you get raccoons, they suck. I know maybe some folks they like them, but God, they were just nothing but trouble for me. All right, I'm gonna stick that bulb in here, and maybe by some luck it'll be okay. But hey, check out what we got going on here. So these are goji berries, and let's see the color. Tell you if they're really good or not. So this one, these are red. These are pretty red. They would taste okay. Now, could leave them one more day and they'll get a little bit redder and they'll get very sweet. You can eat them now, and that's fine. They might taste a little medicine. So when they're medicine, they're more like an orange color. That looks pretty good. So I could eat all these and it would be okay. But I think I'm gonna leave them for tomorrow and see if they can get a deeper redder color. And I'll show you that tomorrow, so you can see the difference if you're gonna watch tomorrow. But yeah, this needs some rehab in here for sure. A lot of this needs rehab. This is our loquat. So it is produced these early. I don't know how many of these are gonna stay. You see them coming off. It's not a good sign. It means they have not pollinated at all. So, well, we'll see. Looks like I got maybe something there, here. All right, we'll see. I'm gonna kind of wait a little bit. If we get a lot. Okay, iPhone overheated. So you're like, oh, iPhones don't overheat. Yeah, they do. Mine does all the time. So anyway, I get the overheat notice that it shuts down right in the middle of recording something. So I'm not sure where we left off. Maybe we're talking about like planning or something like that. So anyway, already hit that. So Roselle's happy. You gotta see these, it's just like wild jungle over here on this part. Ants, it's going crazy. There's some, you see that? That is let's see if I can get him. That is an assassin bug. I think it just got a meal. Got one of these bugs over here. sucked it dry and is looking for some more. Yeah, so that one's it's not quite an adult. Adults actually have wings and they can fly. They look just like the kissing bug, which we were like reported to have here in Texas. So those are dangerous. They look similar, but they're not. They tend to be a little shy and they fly off. So these, they tend to like just don't care. I'm busy looking for food, trying to get big. But yeah, so we was over here's, and it looks like fall's coming, right? This native persimmon, native to maybe Brazil. I'm gonna keep harping on that because that's annoying. Yeah, so our Asian pear is taking a break. This other native Brazilian, wherever the hell it's from, persimmon is hanging on. And then we got our jujubes. They're still good. This bad boy has made some seed pods. Where were they? They're over here somewhere. Yeah. So anyway, finally remember the name of the tree. It's called mimosa. It's a mimosa. So these are seed pods. And these are like the most prolific trees I have ever seen. They will, wherever they land, they're gonna make some trees. So, mulberries. Yeah, here you go. Let's pull this one down. And luckily it's not too hard that it will actually do that. Now that one is turning black. When it turns black, it'll be ready to eat. And they are delicious. They are so sweet. There's another one. It's the first time this one has ever flowered and made fruit. So that's been awesome. That's the first time I ever had a mulberry. And my God, they're awesome. Okay, this one's done. So that kind of concludes our watering for the day. I already hit this area. Now let's talk about the rosemary. Okay, so this one looked like this one last year. Red wasp is not happy. So this one is dormant, but it's in better soil, better conditions. This is kind of like where I would throw things away, but they would still live. So it's turned into a happy spot for plants that just need a little TLC. And they do really well over here because it doesn't get that much sun. And what it does get, it's intense, but it's enough, and the ground stays moist. So, which is great, unless you don't like bugs, which I don't like. Some bugs. I don't like mosquitoes. They kind of suck. Well, thank you so much for chilling with me today on our backyard journey. And I wish you all the best, and y'all take care. Ooh, there goes the water all over the phone again.